Well, friends, welcome. I'm pro-life leader Frank Pavone of Priests for Life, and today I share with you another segment of my daily diary, telling you what I did each day. This time covering Wednesday, April 10th through Saturday, April 13th of 2024. What exactly did I do? I'm convinced every leader needs to be able to tell the people he leads or those he serves how he used the time and the resources that, of course, many of you help to give us. So what did I do? Wednesday the 10th, I was here at the office, and Father David Begany was here all day. He's one of our priest associates with Priests for Life. We're very happy when either dioceses or religious congregations loan us a priest to help do the work. It may be full-time or part-time. And so he was here, and I started the day early doing some taping here in the studio. Did my morning briefing with the staff, and then got together with them individually for different tasks. And the work at my desk involved the following topics: approval for mailings. Staff checked in with me about tasks for our handyman who stopped by that day. Interviews of other pro-life leaders for our program, setting up some of that. Trips and different seminars out on the road in the planning stages. Did some work on that at my computer. Future pastoral team meetings, some communication about that where we bring in our team from other cities. The rally spots for President Trump's rallies. I do special spots that Right Side Broadcasting Network airs, and so I did some work on that. Some work in regard to our pro-life survey and our media firm, some communication with an abortion historian, some plans for media interviews, opinion pieces, preparation of those for publication in various places, approval of our election email going out, preparation for meetings of pro-life leaders, approval for templates of email messages about the elections, the streaming schedule for our broadcasting, giving final approval to that, and also preparations for and follow-up to the Bishop Strickland program that we now have, regular pro-life update with Bishop Strickland here on our network. So all of that throughout the course of the day, Wednesday, taking time at my desk. I did do a taping at 10 a.m. here in the studio with Father David Begany. You'll see that on one of our upcoming programs. And I also taped that spot for the President Trump rallies as well. Met with our video people about the files of these videos and proper naming and storing of them, etc. At 11:30, I had a podcast with a pro-life leader in New Mexico Right to Life. That was very enjoyable. Did that for about a half hour. And then right after that, taped in here at noon the program for Praying for America. Did more of that work I mentioned at my desk. Let's see here. Yes, after a quick lunch. And then at 4 p.m. had a meeting with our media firm over the Zoom. We have these meetings every couple of weeks, of course. They help us to get more and more media. Shortly after that, right after that, in fact, 5 o'clock, I took Father Begany for a working dinner, and we continued to give each other updates and make plans for the work of Priests for Life. And then as soon as I got back from that dinner, following up on a little bit of work at my desk, I came back in here into the studio because I had a live interview with Grant Stinchfield on Real America's Voice, and we were talking about abortion, of course, and President Trump's statement and so forth. So I did that live interview at 7, and then I went back to my desk and did some more quiet work on the various kinds of things I mentioned for the rest of the evening. Thursday, April 11th, up early, some taping here in the studio. Father Begany flew back to Texas. I met with the staff, 8:30 staff briefing, and then various work at my desk included things like revisions to opinion pieces that we're sending out for publication, outreach to pro-life leaders, the Bishop Strickland show, some further preparations for that, Preparations for a seminar that we're going to give together with one of the major churches in Florida, and then approvals for different emails going out. Had a meeting with our political outreach coordinator and website coordinator at 10 a.m. At 11, I had a video interview here in the studio. It lasted for about a half hour, 40 minutes, with someone from redstate.com. It was a good interview. Did some more work at my desk, got a quick lunch, had a 1 p.m. meeting with Mark, one of our executives. We did some planning. At 2:30, I was on the radio with Jenna Ellis. So we did about a half hour conversation. And then at 3:15, I was back in here in the TV studio and we taped another program for Praying for America. That was at 3:15. Took me to about 3:45, 10 to 4, went back into my office and then had an hour-long interview on another podcast at my desk from 4 to 5. Then, after that, I had to tape a radio spot, connect with staff as the day was ending. I go around the office and meet with various people. And then at 6 p.m. had a phone update with Mark, one of our executives. And as I was doing that, I was driving to go pick up some quick dinner to come back, have dinner, do a little quiet work at my desk. And then at 9 p.m., I was back here in the studio and had an hour-long live broadcast with Dr. Teresa Burke and Kevin Burke. They are, of course, members of our team here at Priests for Life, and they are the co-founders of Rachel's Vineyard. And I was delighted to do that live broadcast. I'm sure many of you saw that. Friday, the 12th of April, again, here at the office, up early, here in the studio doing some early taping. The work at my desk prior to and subsequent to the staff briefing, which was at 8:30, included work on our election prayer, a few website updates that were needed for me to give the website department, work on radio spots and an ad buy that we're doing for the election, work on upcoming trips, opinion pieces, regular writings that are requested from me. I was arranging with some editors of various publications. Our survey, our national survey on abortion and the elections, did a little more follow-up on that. Some work in preparation with some state marches where we will be present together with our Silent No More campaign. People can march with Priests for Life at these various events. Finished a review of a pro-life book that will just be coming out soon. Gave an approval to an email blast. Arranged for an interview with an international leader about the Day of the Unborn Child that is observed in various countries, and also gave approval for some other emails. 11:30 rather, I had here in the studio an interview with Bishop Strickland, and so that'll be a regular feature of our broadcasts now, Pro-Life Update with Bishop Strickland. That was fun. I had a lunch meeting, a working meeting with our social media director, so we went out to a nearby pizza place and had a fruitful meeting over lunch, lots of plans, came back here, quick work at my desk, and then 1:45 I had about a half-hour interview with a reporter from Tennessee that wanted to talk about some abortion-related policy questions. I'm sorry, that was about a 15-minute interview, because then at 2, we had a guest here, State Director for Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America Group. State Director from Michigan came, gave her a tour of our office, and then came in here to the studio and taped a program with her and also our national political coordinator, Erin, and we had a nice discussion together about the upcoming elections, and it was a good show. Met with a number of other staff people and did the various work at my desk, which I told you the topics about, and 6 p.m. had an administrative update conversation with Mark, and then just got some quick dinner, and as I recall, I went to bed a little earlier that night. And then Saturday the 13th, it was a day when I wasn't traveling, I was here. In the morning, I, together with some early taping here in the studio, I went to get a haircut at 7 in the morning, and then proceeded to get some gas in the car, and then proceeded to go to the grocery store and do some shopping. Came back, settled in with all those things. And then at 9, after I had some breakfast, and then at 9 a.m. I had a meeting over Skype, over Zoom rather, with one of our staff members who handles our trip coordination, receiving invitations, planning travels, in contact with people who invite me and our other members of our team to come out and speak, and working out all those details. That meeting was at 9. And then at 10, I was here in the studio for our live scripture broadcast and reflection and time of prayer. Did a little longer one than usual, about 35, 40 minutes. And then I went to my desk, worked the rest of the day. Our media firm, communications with them, communications with pro-life leaders about the World Health Organization and the new threats that it is launching against the global pro-life movement. Worked on some future upcoming trips, some fundraising plans, pro-life leader communication in regard to President Trump and his statement, contact with our Washington, D.C. staff in regard to connections with congressional members, preparation for the CareNet conference, which will be in the fall, and communicated with my team about a report on the status of abortion in the United States, a report from National Right to Life that I asked them to read and circulate. This work, combined with some writing and some planning, took me through the rest of the day and the evening, just right here at my office alone, and yet fruitful time of Priests for Life work. You know, a lot of it too was reaching out to people. You know, when I go on trips, I come back with a bunch of business cards, notes, follow up with this leader, explore that opportunity with that other group. And so I did some of that catch-up and follow-up work that takes hours on end at one's desk, in one's office, and consulting all that paperwork. Yeah, but it leads to tremendous things. That's how things get done. So thank you for following my daily diaries. That's what I did, April 10th to the 13th of 2024. Hope your activities are blessed and fruitful. Thanks for all you do for the cause of the unborn. God bless you.